Hi, welcome to this practice aimed at releasing muscular tension in your back. If you have any back issues, discs, anything like that, then please consult a doctor before you actually embark on any sort of physical activity such as yoga or anything else that might impact on that. But if it's just muscular tension that you've built up throughout the day, then this could be a good practice for you. As always, please listen to your body. I'm just the guide, your body's the real teacher. So if something doesn't feel right, please adapt as necessary so that your body feels comfortable at all times. Let's begin in child's pose. So we're going to come over onto all fours, and you've got an option of two different sorts of child's pose. You can either have your knees together and fold over your legs with your arms alongside your body, or you can take your knees wide, toes together, and reach your arms out in front of you. And settle into this child's pose. Maybe head on hands or head on the mat if that's comfortable. Settling in, coming into your breath. So start to notice the natural cadence of your breath and see if you can slow it down a little bit. Perhaps close your eyes down if you haven't already done so. And feel your breath in the back of your body, expanding like a little massage. Feeling your belly balloon against your legs. As you exhale, feeling that gentle drawing down. Equal length inhales and exhales. Just allowing these few breaths to arrive here in the pose, in your practice. Feeling that gentle release across your back. And then on your next inhale, let's rise up to all fours and bring your knees directly underneath your hips. We'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. So as we inhale, we're reaching with the chin and the tail, dipping the belly button, not collapsing there though, reaching with the spine. And then as we exhale, drawing belly button to spine, chin towards chest, dropping your tail. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling to round. Keep moving with that in your own breath. And as much as possible throughout the practice, you're probably going to want to look at the screen from time to time to just check in with what we're doing, but as much as possible, close your eyes or keep your focus in your eye line that's in line with your spine, so you're not turning your head too much to look at the screen, and you're letting that attention start to travel inwards, which is ultimately our aim with yoga, of quietening the mind and settling energy. Now let's take this into some free movement now. So start to explore where your spine would like to go. You might find that you want little subtle movements, wiggling around. You might want much bigger movements, taking your hips back to your heels, getting your shoulders and hip joints involved, getting your neck and head involved, and just exploring movement, what feels good. This is a wonderful practice to do, just by itself as well. Just a really nice way of articulating all of the vertebrae in the spine and releasing tension. Smooth, even breath throughout. And returning to stillness, step your knees a little bit further back and hug your elbows towards your waist as you start to bend your elbows, and we're going to come down onto the belly. And then slide your forearms out in front of you. Make sure that you've got your elbows slightly forward of your shoulders and your hands can be a little bit wider than your elbows. Spread your fingers. We're in Sphinx pose. If you feel any pressure in your lower back here, take your legs a little bit wider and slightly tilt your pubic bone down towards the mat so that your belly button lifts up slightly. And then make as if to drag your forearms back towards your feet so that you're pulling your chest gently through, coming into a nice gentle supported back bend. And turn your head as you exhale to look over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale over your left shoulder. And you can repeat that, or if you want to work the back bend a little bit more deeply, you can drag your hands back towards you, press into them to lift your elbows away from the mat. Roll your shoulders back and down. And gently press yourself up into a seal pose, going as far as feels comfortable for your back. And then you might like to repeat, turning to look over the right shoulder, inhaling back to center, left shoulder exhaling, inhaling back to center, and then exhale, lower all the way down. Slide your hands underneath your shoulder heads, and we're going to inhale, press up to all fours, tuck your toes, look back towards your knees, and then press into your hands to start to lift your knees and hips away from the mat, coming into downward facing dog. Pedal through the feet if that feels good. And then push into your hands to shift the weight back into your hips, and let your head be long in line with your spine, so we're not tucking the chin too much, thinking of the head as a continuation of the spine. Tilt your tailbone up to the sky slightly, little bend in the knees, and then extending the heels down to the mat to straighten the legs a little more. So downward dog is actually a mild inversion, turning the spine upside down, releasing out tension from there. We'll take a couple more breaths here. And then on an inhale, shift your weight forward, shoulders coming over wrists, and put your right knee down and spin that right foot out to the right so that you've got a sort of kickstand. I'm going to take the left hand away from the mat and sweep it around up to the sky, and then alongside your ear, coming into this glorious side body stretch, this modified side plank. Let your head dangle down if that feels good. Right ear towards right shoulder. Maybe lean it back a little bit. Couple more breaths here. And then exhale, left hand to the mat. Bring that right foot back in line with the shin. Return to plank. And we'll take it to the other side. Drop the left knee to the mat. Left foot pivots around. And we'll bring the right hand away from the mat, reaching up and over alongside the ear. Letting that side of the left side of the head be heavy, leaning it back a little bit. A lot of tension can be created by tight side body that reflects into the back. And the side bodies really don't get a stretch very often. Couple more breaths. And then exhale. Take that right hand back down. Spin the left foot back in. And return to all fours. And then we're going to swing hips over to one side. Let's come to a seated position. I'm choosing a cross-legged pose that feels comfortable for you. I like, rather than shins crossed, which I find makes me hunch into my back, I like to put one heel in front of the other. Hands on knees, and then a little bit like cat-cow, we're going to do sort of seated cat-cow. We're going to exhale, round the spine, so that belly button moves back, chin moves down. Inhale, reverse that, offering the chest, lifting the chin, sticking the bottom out a little bit. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. One more like that. Exhale, long, smooth breath. Inhale. And then coming back to neutral, then we're going to take it into big circles. So free, smooth breath here. We're not tying breath to movement with this. We're just going to start to move the chest over to the left knee, around to the front, right knee, and back, curling the spine like we did before. Inhaling, left, front, and back. So you might find that your breath naturally moves into an inhale as you offer the chest forward and exhale as you're coming back. Or you might find that you want to move a little bit quicker than your breath. So allow that, keep the breath slow and steady. Let's reverse it the other way. Breath is always in charge of the movement, not the other way around. Exploring what feels good, let your shoulders get a bit involved here. Elbows might come out wide. One more this way. And then come to stillness. Hopefully your spine starting to feel a little bit looser now, back muscles starting to feel a little more relaxed. I'm going to keep the right leg where it is and extend that left leg out long, so that your right foot is up against your left inner thigh. And then we're going to just suck that left thigh bone back into the socket. So we don't want this to be happening, we want to be pelvis square with the mat. Inhale, sit tall. As you exhale, slightly turn from the waist so that your belly button is moving towards your knee. And then you're going to walk yourself forwards over that extended leg. Just as far as you can keep your spine long. Think about moving your belly onto your thigh. And if you can only go a few inches, that's where you are. That's your pose for today. If you want to work deeper and feel more of a stretch, you're going to reach that right hand to the outside edge of the foot. And that may be plenty. If you want to work deeper still into the outer flank of your right side, you can bring both hands to the outside of that left leg. Walk them a little bit further away. Maybe bend the elbows and come down to forearms. So work with whatever version feels right for you. Let's take one more breath here. And then ride the wave of that inhale back up to centre. And we're going to switch sides. So extend that right leg, left foot up against right thigh. Inhale, sit tall, Slight turn from the waist so that your belly button is pointing towards the knee. And then exhale, walk yourself forwards as far as feels appropriate for you. Think about taking belly to thigh. And think about moving the crown of your head towards your foot rather than getting your head to your knee. So on a long spine. Perhaps taking that left hand to the outer edge of the right foot, if that's available to you. Or maybe taking it over across the leg, if that felt available. And once you're in a pose, close your eyes down, let yourself inhabit that pose. Let the next inhale bring you up. Walk your hands back to centre. And then extend that left leg out long to meet its partner. And we're going to move into a forward bend. Bring a little bend into your knees, flex your feet. And we're going to think about laying your rib cage on your thighs. So again, we want to think about a long spine rather than curling forwards. So inhale, sitting tall, and then exhale, laying belly, ribs, chest on your thighs, reaching the hands either alongside your legs or perhaps they can take hold of the feet. And here we're just going to go as far as feels comfortable in your back. So we're just looking for a comfortable level of stretch in the back. This may be plenty. If you want to work deeper, you can start to push your heels away from you, only as far as you can keep that connection between belly and thighs. Bring your chin pull down towards your chest so that the back of your neck is long. Letting the breath expand the back of your rib cage. One more breath here. And then inhale, slowly lift your chest, walk yourself back up to centre. We're going to come down onto our backs. Take a final twist before we move into our Shavasana relaxation. So simple twist, just going to bring that right knee into the chest and guide it across your body with your left hand. Take your right arm out wide, guiding across as far as feels comfortable. You might be able to land that foot on the mat. And then if it feels okay on your neck, you can turn to look towards your right thumb. Close your eyes down. Apply a little bit of gentle pressure with that left hand on the outer strip of your thigh if that feels good. And then exhale fully, lightly engage your lower belly. Keep that as you inhale to come back through centre. Exhale, extend that right leg. And we'll take it to the other side. Left leg bends into the chest. Right hand guides it across your body, left arm out wide. Maybe turning to look towards the left thumb. Your next exhale, engage that lower belly and ride the wave of your inhale back up to centre. Bring your right knee into your chest as well. Give yourself a big squeeze.
Maybe a little rock side to side. And then when you feel ready, start to extend your legs out long on the mat. Your feet fall out to the sides, arms about a foot away from the sides of your body. And then let's just get a nice little bit of gentle traction on the back. Shift your weight to your right buttock slightly and very slightly lift your left buttock and spread over to the left a little bit. And then do the same, pressing into your left buttock, lift the right one slightly and spread your lower back on the mat. Wriggle your shoulder blades a little bit further away from your pelvis. So you've got a lovely expansive Shavasana. Let's take a deep inhale. Pause at the top. And then open your lips. Sigh it out. Feeling the back of your body supported by the earth. Letting your breath return to its natural, restful rate now. Feeling your muscles soft. Breath soft. And the muscles of your face and the skin of your face feel like they're draping back from your skull towards the floor. Every breath settling you. Carrying away any last remaining little bits of tension. And if you're able to stay in this Shavasana for a few minutes longer, I highly encourage you to do so. Feeling all tension release as you settle in to this place of deep relaxation.